Hello, everybody. Board Game Lawyer here. It's a Monday night, and it's time for some Marvel Champions from Fantasy Flight Games. Now, typically I play solo, but tonight I am joined by a friend, and tonight I am being joined by Josseroo. Joss, how you doing tonight?
Well, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm very pleased to join you because we're actually going to play two of my favorite things, one of my favorite villains and one of my favorite modulars. So I'm pretty excited.
Oh yeah, yeah, they are really fun, and so I'm glad you're joining me too for this evening. And so, Josseroo, just so I know that you're known in the community, but if you want to just kind of remind us how people might know you from the community.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I know who I am, but not necessarily everybody else does. Yeah, I'm Josseroo. I host the Road to Nowhere podcast, which recaps Solo Champions League, something that BGL you've been involved in for sure, and newly also recapping the Modoc League, which is a two-hero league that I started up recently and is off to a flying start. It has been pretty darn fun. So yeah, those are a couple places you can find me, and then also if you are hanging out on the Solo Champions League Discord, I'm definitely around chatting quite a bit.
Okay, yeah, and that's where I found. That's how I found out about the Solo Champions League. Believe it or not, I was doing a search because I was already listening to a couple of podcasts on Marvel Champions, and I wanted to listen to another one. And I did a search, and I found Road to Nowhere. What's that about? And I started listening to it, and that's how I
Right.
actually found out about the Solo Champions League was by finding your podcast. And at the time, you were doing it with D House, and he was somebody who I listened to
Yep.
back in Star Wars Destiny. He had a Destiny podcast that I enjoyed, so that kind of drew me in. And then played a few seasons there in the Marvel Champions League, loved it, and I'm gonna join it again this season. So kind of making
Oh,
my
you picked a tough one to join. The
oh, I
very first
know.
matchup is pretty tricky.
It's tricky, but it's one of my favorite heroes that we're using in the game, so I'm
Okay.
pretty excited about that. And I'm not afraid of Sabretooth, but I have play tested it, and that Brothers Grimm really throws a real kink in in the situation. Yeah, we'll talk maybe more about that a little bit later. For the time being, we're doing another challenge though tonight, so I'm gonna pull that
Yeah.
up on the screen here and see what is this all about, because this is one of the reasons I reached out to you, is I was kind of wanting to play this with somebody, and I found this. It's an article that was written. It looks like it's on a blog by someone you may know. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's put out by Astrodar. And this is a July challenge, I'm assuming. I'm not sure when this actually concludes. Let's see. I don't really see.
It has no specific end date.
Perfect. That's good for me. That's good for my schedule. So we're doing the Team Manager 3, the Arena, this evening. And if you have that up, Jocelyn, maybe you could tell us a little bit about how this works.
Yeah. So Astrodar, also somebody who's around on lots of the Marvel Champions discords, and then also runs Alter Ego Chronicle here. He This is the third team manager challenge. The idea with the team manager challenges has been that you pick a hero within some constrained set, and then or sorry, for each of the challenges within the team manager round, however you want to think of it,
Mm-hmm.
you pick a hero and then match it up with an aspect, and then you move on to a different hero. Usually there's some restrictions. We'll see what those are for this one. And then you'll have to pick a different aspect. So you'll never repeat an aspect or a hero across the series of challenges within that specific team manager bigger challenge. So this one's the arena, which is because we're taking on a bunch of brutes. We're taking on Juggernaut
Mm.
and Magog and Rhino and Venom.
Oh, okay. Yep.
And we're given three teams from which we can pick our heroes. So we can either pick from Champions, Web Warriors, or X Force. And so I've chosen Champions. Bill, what did you choose?
I went ahead and picked the Web Warriors.
Okay. And so then the idea is in this first challenge, we're also not supposed to pick the same aspect as each other. And then um,
Gotcha. Yep.
I'm for example taking Nova Protection, and then in the next round, let's say I wanted to take Ms. Marvel, I wouldn't be able to take Protection. I would take some other aspect. And so we go through the challenge, and there's been things like in the previous challenge, it was called Lone Wolf, I believe. It was all the heroes that don't have allies, don't have signature allies, and then you weren't actually allowed to play with allies at all.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Interesting.
So that was the Lone Wolf challenge.
Okay. So this one here, we've been snatched away to the Mojo Arena. You've picked champions. I've picked web warriors. And so the challenges, as you mentioned, were, and they're pictured there on the screen, Juggernaut, Magog, Rhino, and Venom. And then the challenges are listed there. So as you mentioned, like, once you've played Nova, he's scratched. You can't use him anymore. You can't use protection anymore. Tonight I'm using the Petulant Pig, using Spider Ham with the leadership aspect, which is, it's kind of interesting building with, and we're using that other constraint there. Let's see, what is it? It says an optional challenge. You can only use allies that share a trait with your hero. So I can only use web warriors, unless I guess it's my signature ally, who may or may not match my but he's in my hero kit. All right, so that's the challenges. We're going to take on Magog with Armadillo, as was mentioned. So I'll just go back over to Octagon and take a look and see what's on the table. We'll look at the setup for that. So
yeah, and I think those trait shared traits can be a bit loose in terms of if your hero has access to aerial. Once you have aerial, you can then maybe play an aerial ally if you want. So, I mean, these are all meant to be fun, so you kind of want to make sure that they're matching how you want to play as well, but also honor the spirit of the challenge, right?
Yeah, and hopefully I built my deck correctly if that's the case. So I was just looking for allies, right? Let's see. Let me look.
We make our own fun.
Yeah, that's what I have to do. All right, so we got Lexicon in the chat over there. How you doing, Lexicon? Good evening. Good to see you, my friend. And you can rules lawyer us if all you like for this one if you so choose. So
how do you rules lawyer a board game lawyer?
Yeah, I mean, I've never won a case, so I've made a case, but I've never actually won one. So I need all the help I can get. All right, so. Let's take a look at our bad guy tonight, and his main scheme is melee in the Mojo Zeum. How does that work, Joss?
Yeah, so, I mean, first of all, this is one of my very favorite villains. One of the reasons I really like it is he has a very, very short encounter deck, which means that the modular set you put in it is going to have a very high impact on the game because you're going to see a lot of the cards. So that's the thing that I really, really quite enjoy about Magog. But the way it happens is the setup, you put the champion and challenger environments into play.
Okay.
So those are to the right. And you see we've got the champion one. Once this thing hits 10 ratings counters, because we're playing 2 players, it will flip over and it'll go from the booing side to the cheering side. We will get penalized when we will get rewarded when that happens because that means that the champion is advancing. The challengers, that's us. When we get 10 ratings counters on there, we will flip this over to the other side and we will get a small penalty, which is, I believe, that we each get an encounter card.
Okay.
And then it's a race to 20 ratings counters for either team.
Okay. All right, so everybody's booing right now. They're waiting for the action.
Yep. They are very unimpressed with both sides.
Okay, so that is side 1A. Let me flip over to side 1B, and here it tells us that the players cannot win the game unless they wow the crowd as the challengers.
Yep.
So there's no threat out on the main scheme, is that right? So
there's 2. It starts with 2 up there, and it advances a whopping 4 per round. So we're actually going to have our thwarting cut out for us.
Okay.
And then this thing, when it pops at 12, instead of us losing the game, we put 4 ratings counters on the champion environment, and then we remove all the threats. So every time this thing goes over, it helps the champion, but we don't actually lose. But we
Okay.
eventually lose because you can only let the champion get so many counters.
Right. So that's the loss condition for this one. Force interrupt, scheme will be completed, as you mentioned. Yep, there it is. And what about so we compromised. Joss wanted to play standard 10, and I was like
If only.
I was like, okay, let's play standard, and he's like, no, 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 we got this. And I was like, all right, I'll follow your lead. So let's take a look at Magog, the B side of Magog, and what's he all about?
In my mild defense, I did point out that we were playing some very strong heroes, so we didn't.
Okay, all right.
We didn't need to worry about standard versus expert, but standard 2 would probably be nasty. Anyway, so after Magog attacks and damages a character, we put 2 ratings counters on the champion. So ways that you can prevent taking damage from any of his attacks is obviously going to be really helpful for our team.
Oh, yeah.
And then every time that he would be defeated, and so this is actually one of the ways that we're going to advance our side. Whenever he would be defeated and he has 20 hit points, we reset his hit points back to 20, and we put 4 ratings counters on our challenger's environment, and then we get a face down encounter card. And then there's a few cards in the encounter set that also give us ratings counters, and there's definitely a handful of cards that give him some ratings counters.
Yeah, because that would just be boring if that was the only way to advance.
Just be boring.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. So as was mentioned, I think it's everything from Magog, right? So as was mentioned, I'm playing Peter Porker, and I am going to try leadership, and I'm loving the new sidekick card. So it was one that I could test out. I've never done it before with Peter Porker. So we got Captain Americat. So hopefully he makes his early debut in the game. And so that's really the only thing that I had. Now, you mentioned that we have 2 strong heroes, but I'm not so sure about each of us being the strong driver. I'm sure you are, but we'll just leave it at that. But anyhow.
Well, you've got Suit Up in your hand. You will see Captain America in the very first turn if you want to.
Yes, that is the hope. Yep, get out, Mr. Americat. All right. I'm
pretty exciting. So I guess we got a mulligan, right?
Yeah, let's go ahead and mulligan. And I'm almost kind of afraid to mulligan because if I suit up and I get Captain Americat in my hand, I won't be able to search for his sidekick ability, right? So I would have to.
Well, you
right?
can with Suit Up, you can grab.
Oh yeah, I could use it to pay for it. Yeah,
because it is an upgrade. So yeah, and then don't forget when you if you have any way to take damage in the first turn, which is pretty tricky, you might get a tune counter and have access to some extra resources as well.
Yeah. Yep. And I do have a way to take damage with my petulant pig. The question is do I want to get that crazy? I'm going to discard some cards because I'm going to try to get some extra resources. So I'm going to hang on to Inspired. I'm going to throw away Ham It Up. I'm going to... This is probably stupid. Get rid of Swinging Web Pig. And grab 3 more cards. Oh, there we go. Got double resource and Cartoon Physics. That one's good. Cartoon Physics. And Petulant Pig. That's interesting. I may have to try that out. All right.
Now, I am not remembering with Nova, if you draw Connection to the World Mind during the initial draw, it doesn't count toward your hand size, so you still actually get to draw the extra card. Is that right, Lexicon?
Yeah, it says... Yeah, Connection to the World Mind does not count toward your hand size. So if you would have been dealt that, you weren't dealt that, right?
I just picked it up.
You just picked it back up in the mulligan? Okay.
On the mulligan.
Yeah, so I think if it would have been dealt to you, then you would have gotten an extra card. I believe that's how that would have worked.
I think there's always just some weird things that don't apply exactly as they do in the game during the setup. But I think if I get Connection to the World Mind right off the bat.
Yeah.
I'm drawing up to my hand size, so I think I get to draw up to my hand size. I think I get an extra card out of this.
You do.
I think
And
so.
yeah, Lexicon agrees.
Okay, great.
Good man, Lex.
Glad he's here.
So this is interesting. If I take Peter Porker and I flip him over to his
Don't flip him yet because you want to suit up, don't you?
Let's see. Yeah, that's right. I got to suit up before I do that. Yeah, because that's an alter ego action. It's
But you're thinking about petulant pigging and really
Yeah. I was thinking about
having
getting
some fun, aren't you?
because I can block his attack, cartoon physics, draw extra cards. Yeah, I got kind of an idea here of what I want to do. But
Okay.
I can go ahead and I might as well go ahead and suit up now.
Yep.
Because it's not going to hurt anything, so I can use those 2 resources to pay for the suit up. Search your deck and discard pile for an upgrade that can be attached to ally. We know what we're going for. We're looking for Mr. Americat. And
Sidekick.
and his sidekick ability. Let's see if I can find those. There's the sidekick card. And where is the Americat? There he is. It's harder for me to see these smaller cards here. All right. So that's my suit up. Thank you. Now I flip over to my hero side. And when I put out Captain Americat, I'm going to have to high five Lexicon over there, get a tune counter, and shuffle a Spider Ham card from my discard pile into my deck.
Oh, there's your tune counter. So you're
working on some tune counters. So
you can really make a decision if you want to bother with petulant pig or not, because you can do the stuff you want to do. I think
I sure can, but I'm just going to go for it anyway. So Spider-Man, I'm going to use Spider-Man to pay for the cartoon physics. Discard that, and I'm going to pay petulant pig. Stick your tongue out at the villain. Nah. The villain attacks you, draw 3 cards. My downside is... Okay, so the villain attacks
we're going to get
you.
There's going to be some champion counters because you're going to take at least 1 damage, but that's... you're going to turn around and make great use of it. So
unless I defend, because cartoon physics says I can wiggle my body and prevent all but 1 of that damage, and the defense will block it. So we won't actually add counters if I defend it.
No,
but I won't get any... Right? Is that right?
No, so the damage is after you've had the defense.
Okay.
So whether or not you defend, you still take 1 damage, which gets you a counter.
Gotcha.
So your petulant pig is netting you
3
cards plus a resource.
Right.
In exchange for you playing 3 effective resources, and then and us getting some ratings counters.
I'm gonna try it.
Do it.
I'm agree with that, but I'm not gonna defend then, because I do have the cartoon physics. I'll just take the 1 damage then, and I get the resource.
So you gotta. Yep.
He's gonna attack me for 4.
Okay.
Gonna wiggle. So I'm gonna prevent all but 1 damage. So then I get my tune counter for that. Discard to defend the title. Petulant Pig then gets me 3 cards. Oh, and cartoon physics goes away. As I got any amount of damage, everybody prevent all of that damage.
I just threw 2 counters on the champion for us.
Okay. Discards card. Yep, gotta discard it. Draw 3 cards for Petulant Pig. I got Sidearm. I got Ham It Up. And I got a Swinging Web Pig. Alright. I'm going to spend Ham It Up, Swinging Web Pig, and a counter off of Spider Ham to play Captain Americat.
Amazing.
He's going to give me a counter. And also, what else do I get to do? High five. There's High Five Lexicon. I place a Toon Counter Identity. Shuffle one Spider Ham card from discard pile on your deck. Or I'm going to take that Swinging Web Pig that's right on top of my deck and shuffle it in.
Beautiful.
And shuffle. Then I'm going to spend that sidearm to put Sidekick out. And now Captain Americat is plus 2 hit points. Alright. And then I'm going to spend that token, that resource that's on Spider-Ham to put Inspired on Captain Americat.
Mm-hmm.
Bring to the front. Captain Americat now is going to do some damage. He's going to hit Magog for 3. And I'll take 1 consequential damage for that. And then Spider-Ham. Would you like me to remove the threat off of the melee in the museum?
That seems pretty good.
Okay. Taking the threat off. And that's going to end my turn.
Beauty. All right. So I'm going to use my alter ego action right off the bat. So I get to spend 1 resource of any type to search my deck and discard pile for my helmet. And I just happen to have a wild resource that I can use to pay for that, which means
Excellent.
that I actually get to put it directly into play instead of having to pay for it.
Love it.
So I'm trading my wild resource for a once a turn wild resource, which is a pretty good deal. And then I'm gonna flip up. In my hand I have Unleash the Nova Force, which I'm going to just hold on to for now because there's not enough stuff out here to really worry about, and that's such a valuable card. We want to keep it going. I'm champion traded. Moon Girl requires you to be champion traded to actually play her. So I'm going to play Moon Girl and pay for her with Genius, which is 2 mental resources, and Vivian, which is a 3rd. So now I've paid 3 resources, and I get to draw 3 mental resources. I get to draw 3 cards.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, nice.
And I also have Desperate Defense, which, considering I want to block and take no damage, is probably worth holding on to. I will have 2 for. Unfortunately, we'll have to draw a 0 or 1 boost icon card to take no damage and ready myself. So a little bit uncertain if I want to go that route, but I think maybe I will bring out Ironheart and use the med team and pinpoint to get a card, and then with the card I can play Hard to Ignore unless I get something really exciting. Oh, and I have a wild resource kicking around. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
So with that in mind, actually, maybe I will save the med team for now. Yeah, maybe I'll save the med team for now, and I'll actually use my helmet because I still have access to a bunch of other stuff.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
So I'll draw a card.
Ooh.
Oh, look at that.
Nice.
Well, sad when you draw it right now, but that's fine.
Hey.
I will attack for 1 whole attack, which readies my helmet. I will take control of Magog and knock him down 1 health.
Okay.
Readying my helmet, and so this is interesting. I could choose to get the med team out, and still hold Desperate Defense and Unleash the Nova Force. I think that's probably better than Hard to Ignore. So we'll bring out that for 1 Connection to the World Mind, 2 Hard to Ignore, 3.
Okay.
And say that we're pretty happy. I think Moon Girl I'm going to actually stall on doing anything with.
Okay.
But Ironheart is probably going to be a blocker for you this turn, and I'm going to probably block for myself. So
Gotcha.
I will do 1 more damage there. How do you like
Perfect.
that? What do you think about leaving Moon Girl for future usefulness?
Yeah, I mean, there's no real need to use her right now, so you never know what you might. Since she's so versatile, There may be something more down the road that you want to use her for.
Right.
Yeah.
And we can both take damage. And actually,
Yeah.
I don't need to block for you because you taking damage is actually also good since you get resources out of it. So maybe if there's a second attack, I can help you out.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see what befalls us. All right. And you got the med team out. Good. Moon Girl. So I think that's everything on our turn, right? And you're going to hang on to everything in your hand. So I'll go ahead.
I am. Feels weird.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and advance the phase, turn things over to Mr. Magog. I'm going to place 4 threat on melee in the museum. Is that correct? 4 threat? That's so weird. That's so weird.
Yep.
And so he's going to attack me first. And let me see what I drew. Like anything worthwhile in my hand. I got the Beagle, Power and All of Us, Scarlet Spider, Spider-Man, and the Swinging Web Pig. Nothing with which really to defend with. I'll go ahead and take the damage.
I like it.
He's going to hit me for 3. 1, 2, 3. And I get my tune counter. We do need to place on the champion a couple. Thank you.
I grabbed 2 on there for us.
Excellent. And now he's going to go after you. Here's your card.
Sure is. So I'm going to block and play Desperate Defense with my helmet. So that readies me.
Okay.
And
let's see.
Oh, sorry, that hasn't readied me yet. Sorry. What's the order on that? Let me just remember. So Desperate Defense, when your hero defends against an attack, blah, 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 blah. So I have to have already defended, and then I have to pay for it. So then, assuming I get ready, I'll be able to undo it.
Okay.
Okay. So
here's the boost then. Oh, there it is. And there it is.
And we got a 1-2, which is not what we wanted because that's for 5. So I actually take a damage.
Okay.
And I do not get my free ready.
But
life's like that. And he gets 2 of those, which is why it stinks.
Okay. Bad card for me. Bad card for you. And
thank you.
Here is mine. Oh no, Shadow of the Past. Nothing to cancel there.
It's good. It's good to get it when you have very few tune counters.
Okay. Because here comes. Let's see. We need to first bring out the Green Gobbler.
Yep.
After the Green Gobbler engages you, discard all counters from each card you control. So there goes my counter. And then here's his Nefarious Trap. And it says, the Green Gobbler attacks the player who defeated this scheme. If the Green Gobbler is not in play, search the encounter deck and discard pile for him and put him into play. Engage with the player who defeated this scheme. And it has a hazard on it. Alright, and then we'll grab these other 3 cards here. Goblin Glider, Feast on this, and Feast on this. And we'll shuffle those into the encounter deck. Okay, Shadow of the Past is discarded. So we have a Nefarious Trap hanging out. Blah.
Very exciting.
As in mine, your card is... Oh, no.
Caught off guard. I am going to... So I could get rid of my helmet and just choose to go down and grab it next turn. However, because I'm already exhausted... that might not actually be a terrible idea because I'm not going to get a bunch of use out of it this turn anyway.
Gotcha.
So...
Lose the lid?
Let's say... Well, let me look here because I've got Pot Shot. If I play Unleash the Nova Force, I can Pot Shot. Hopefully draw into something, but probably not. You've kind of got everything you need to deal with the little bit of stuff that's on the board anyway. We do have to worry about the extra attack that comes out of Nefarious Trap. So it's really about deciding how safe it is to actually flip down, I think. If I had any wild resources in my hand, it would be a much easier choice. And I don't currently have the resources to play any of this stuff in a very reasonable way. So I think let's do it. Let's ditch the helmet. It will be exciting.
Interesting.
Right? Pretty fun.
I'll discard then. You're caught off guard. Man, caught off guard. That's the downside of playing with me, is it comes out at the beginning of every game. Now we got caught off guard, and we got Shadow of the Past, so we got those out of the way early, right? But oh my gosh.
Nice. Are you also a Shadows magnet?
I can be, yeah.
Okay.
Especially when I'm playing an expert, right?
Perfect.
So.
All right. So what is helpful for Moon Girl to do?
Well, you're gonna flip down, right?
Yep.
So I can take out the Nefarious Trap with Captain Americat. Green Gobbler will. Is that what it says? It says Green Gobbler attacks the player who defeats this scheme. So I'll be able to at least get a counter onto Spider-Ham if Green Gobbler attacks me, and then I'll be able to do 1 damage at least to the Green Gobbler. So, and I've got Swinging Web Pig. So I could confuse Magog when you flip down.
Okay. Amazing.
So, and I've got the power in all of us. I don't know if we both want to flip down or not. I mean, he'll be confused against one of us. He'll scheme on the other.
Yeah, if we get everything down to 0, it's not
get the board state under control and
terrible. It's very hard to pass up the Daily Beagle.
I know. But I will have a resource that I can spend whenever I get attacked by the Green Gobbler. I'll be like a resource short of being able to Swinging Web Pig too then, right? No, I'll be 2 resources short.
Yeah,
I can just hang on. I can hang on to the Beagle until my next turn, and just spend all these resources on the Swinging Web Pig. I don't have to necessarily spend them all.
No, I mean, it might be more worthwhile to get the Peter Parker ally out, and for us to just clear all the threat instead.
Okay.
I also have Med Team, so I can help you keep your Captain America and Peter Parker ally alive.
Okay.
And I have blockers for you.
Okay.
So you don't really have to worry about that part of it.
So I could stay up, then, is what you're saying, right? Okay. That sounds good.
So where would you like me to? I can take out the Green Gobbler clean.
Oh, wow.
If that would be helpful to you.
I guess the only downside is if we defeat that, he's going to pop back out, right?
Oh, right. So I can take out the Nefarious Trap instead with my Lightspeed Flight.
Okay.
So let's do that. Okay, so I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, and I'm gonna take out Nefarious Trap, and then I'm gonna get attacked. Now, fortunately, so that's gonna go away, and then I'm gonna get attacked by the Green Gobbler, which is just going to be 2 damage. It doesn't do anything for any of the Magog stuff, so that's nice and safe.
Okay.
Do you want me to put 2 damage on the Green Gobbler for you? Or take 2 threat off the main?
Let's see. So I can do 3 damage with Captain Americat and 1 damage with Spider-Ham. So why don't... if you want to focus on threat removal,
sure,
then I'll just take out the Gobbler.
Okay, so I'll knock that down by 2. I will... Oops, wrong person to flip. I will flip down, and then hopefully I'll grab a wild resource when I draw up, and we'll be able to grab my helmet easily.
Okay.
So have at it.
All right. And so, is there any consequential on Moon Girl? Let's see.
Oh yes. Sorry,
Okay. That's all right.
that's the thing I did when I meant to flip
Oh,
down.
and then whenever you flip, okay, so you just put 2 on him. Yeah, I think he's got 3 on him. There you go. So Captain Americat's going to do 3 damage into the Green Gobbler, and then Spider Ham is going to knock out the Green Gobbler. So we've cleaned that up a little bit. And were we talking about putting out Spider-Man? Well,
I mean,
paying this card. Yeah.
It lets you just activate your life's content here.
So why don't I spend 2 for the Power in All of Us and the Scarlet Spider to put out Spider-Man then? Discard that. Spider-Man says, after Spider-Man attacks or thwarts, choose a Web Warrior character. Ready that character. So Spider-Man's going to attack Magog for 2. Let's see. Web Warrior and Captain America is not a Web Warrior, so we're going to have to ready Spider-Ham.
2. There you go. Yep.
And then, let's see. Did I put 1 consequential on Captain America? There we go. So, yeah. So Spider-Ham's readied. He's going to remove 2 threat off of melee in the museum, taking it down to 0.
Got it. Yep.
And then Swinging Web Pig and the Daily Beagle are both in my hand. Can't do anything with either one of those.
Nope, because you lost your counters.
Yep.
Sad day.
Yep. So I think I'm good. Stopping there. And let's see, the Daily Beagle. Exhaust Daily Beagle, place 1/2 counter on Peter Porker. Boy, I hate to throw that off. So I'll just hang on to it. Seem good? Yeah.
Seems good.
All right, advance the phase. So Magog is, I didn't get a chance to.
I did not get any wild resources.
Yeah. So he's going to scheme, and he's going to scheme against you for. Oh no, he needs to put 4 threat on the main scheme first, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I may not have control of it. No. If you want to put it on there, I'll go ahead and.
Got it.
Deal the card. So add an extra 1 on there. Tough it out.
A whole 1. Okay.
And then he's going to attack me.
Yeah, and now do you want to take this damage to be able to get a tune counter?
Let's see what I got in my hand. I got another Swinging Web Pig. It's going to really bump up the champion if we do. Is it going to? It
doesn't matter because
it's going to do it anyway, right?
Yeah, because I would block for you with an ally.
So no matter what, yeah.
So this would allow you to be able to play the Daily Beagle to get another counter, and then flip up and then if you flip down. Oh no, the timing doesn't all work.
Yeah.
Never mind. Action. I was thinking you were down 2. Yeah. Go ahead.
It's alter ego action. So I'll just take the damage. 3 plus 2 is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then here's my counter. For taking the damage, we place 2 on the champion.
Got it.
And then here's your bad card, and here is my encounter card.
And I got our boy Armadillo.
Big guy. Big guy's out. Armadillo can have any number of tough status cards. Force response. After Armadillo activates against you, give him a tough. Okay. There's your bad card. Here's my bad card, and it is Feast on this. When revealed, take 2 damage. You are confused. If you're already confused, this card gains Surge. Oh boy.
A little scary.
Yeah, down to 1.
But you got another tune counter.
We'll look at the bright side. All right. It didn't knock me out. Okay. So that's the end of Magog's turn. I'll advance the phase, and I get to start. We got to do some damage here. We have got to do some damage. What do you think? I could knock out Armadillo.
So I can play Unleash the Nova Force and take advantage of being able to defeat Armadillo and melee in the Mojoseum, clearing it. So if you can, make some forward motion on either or both of those, that's really helpful.
Okay. How far
So
down
you've
would you
got
like me to get Armadillo?
um I mean, it's really up to you, honestly.
I can do a 6 with a swinging web pig. Deal 6 damage to an enemy and confuse that enemy. Or I can knock his tough off with Spider Ham, use Spider Man to attack, and then ready up Spider Ham again.
So with the number of tune counters you have right now, you could realistically play Swinging Web Pig and Daily Beagle and flip
Flip down.
down,
Okay.
and then get a tune counter back, and then heal and get another tune counter back.
Okay.
Like that's, and you could confuse to protect yourself on your flip down. So then, right, Spider-Man can help you
Ready
get
back
one
up.
extra ready.
Yeah, so I can ready up and heal. Go over and
Yeah,
heal. Yeah.
yeah. So you got
I like that.
you've got quite a bit of stuff you can do before you actually flip down,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'll be quite protected. And then I can heal up Spider-Man,
Okay.
um,
Well, that'd be good.
Peter Parker, so he's ready for you for another day.
Love it. So how about if I just do one attack into Armadillo to knock off the tough?
Sure.
Spider-Man, I either hit Armadillo with it or I remove some threat. Either way.
Yeah.
Much of that kind of depends
So
on...
yeah, so let me just go have a look at my hand. I'm gonna unleash. With unleash, I can take 3 threat, so you just have to get with Lightspeed Flight. If you can get 2 off of the main scheme, that's really helpful.
Okay. And I can do 3 damage
Um,
with Captain Americat into Armadillo, which would knock him down to 5. If that'll get you closer.
yeah, I mean, if you take him all the way down to 1 between, uh, no, that'll be fine.
Okay.
But you will, but then hold on. Do you still want to try to swinging web pick? You can do that on the main guy, so that's 6 there. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Yeah.
And then the main guy into Magog and the swing whip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big guy. Big guy.
So Spider-Man then hits the, what do we say? Melee in the museum for
Sure.
2, and then readies up Spider-Ham. Captain Americat is going to do 3 damage to Armadillo. Is that where you
That
want it?
seems so
Okay.
good. Yep.
Okay.
Got it.
And then I got the swinging web pig. I can use. Let me see what I want to use for that. I need to keep 2 resources for the Daily Beagle. So I'll just go ahead and use my 2 resources on Spider Ham. I just don't want to lose them all because those are valuable. I use 1 swinging web kick, and I'll use Spider-Man.
Yep.
And then one of his resources to do
So
that
that's
swinging web
6.
pig. Yeah.
Yep. 6 on Magog. He gets confused.
Okay. Discard that. Then I'll flip down.
You got to play the Daily Beagle before you flip down, so that you can use that last resource,
Oh.
that last
Okay.
tune counter.
Okay. Gotcha.
You can't use it from Alter Ego.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that's right. So there we're going. There we're using our resource up. We're using the power of leadership up. We're flipping down. Thank you. Good catch. I'm going to make a basic recovery. So I'm going to heal for 5. Puts me back up to 6. Captain Americat is going to heal 2. Is that right? And make a basic. Yeah, healed 2 damage. The question is, did I put one on him whenever he... I think I did. Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did. So he's going to heal for 2.
And you get a tune counter.
Okay. And then the Daily Beagle gets me another tune counter. So feeling pretty good about that.
And then awesome. I will med team to heal your Peter Parker Spider-Man.
And how much does that do? 2 damage?
For 2.
Awesome. That's great.
So you're actually in a nice spot because the Peter Parker ally readies you next turn. You can heal again.
Yep.
before you flip and still end up being ready.
I like it.
Winner, 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 winner. All right.
So it says after Spider-Man attacks or thwarts, choose another Web Warrior character. Ready that character. So I'll just have to flip up to a Web Warrior form in order to be readied. Right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
So I'm gonna ditch sidestep to go grab the helmet back. My ploy did not work well because I did not actually draw into a wild resource as part of this. And then now I actually have to play this. So that's going to be there. I will now flip up with my with my, I hate to get rid of my armored vest.
I know.
But I don't want to spend Unleashed to play Unleashed. That just feels, it's really about making these choices about how greedy you want to be, right?
You do have that resource from the helmet.
Yeah, so I'm gonna spend my armored vest, even though it hurts my feelings, to play Unleash the Nova Force. I'm gonna use my resource from, well, no, I could actually do this a slightly cheatier way. So I could use my helmet to play Unleash. I can attack Armadillo for 1 to ready my helmet. And then I can use my helmet to play Lightspeed Flight, which will clear 3 threat off the main scheme. Because I paid for it with a wild, I only need to pay 1 wild resource. And then because I've played Unleash Nova Force until the end of the round, each time Nova defeats an enemy or removes the last threat from a scheme, ready Nova, yoink, and draw a card. Great. So now I can choose between Armored Vest and Unflappable, which one of those 2 things I want. I'm going to, so that I can defeat Armadillo and keep on having this fun, I'm going to sacrifice my close friend, Ironheart. She's going to do 1 damage. I'm going to attack Armadillo for 1. I have now again done the same thing, so that allows me to ready Nova and draw a card. And when I did that attack, that readied my helmet.
That's great. Love
and
it.
Now I can do some stuff like get both Unflappable, which will, after you defend against an attack and take no damage, exhaust Unflappable, draw a card, and then I can also play Armored Vest to get my defense up to 3.
Good deal.
And Unleash actually stays out until the end of the whole round, so I can potentially use it for something useful during the villain phase, but it's very unlikely it'll trigger something. But we can still be hopeful.
Okay, question on that. It says until the end of the round.
Yeah.
So does it stay on the table till the end of the round, or does it go in the discard pile and the action still works?
It always is really in the discard pile. I just leave it out to remind myself.
Good. That's good to know because
I'm gonna do 1 final attack with Nova, and then yes, it's gone. I'll do my best to remember during the villain phase that it's gone, and then I managed to hold on to a second Unleash.
That's great. I love it.
And hopefully Ms. Marvel will show up to help me just continue to unleash forever.
All right, fantastic. Shall we?
Okay, so villain phase.
Let's go. Let's see what he's got. We're gonna place 4 threat on melee in the Mojoseum.
I got 3 energy barriers. That is not a useful hand.
Let's see. I'm going to throw that 4 threat on the Mojoseum. You got control of it there. And he's going to not scheme for me.
Correct.
So he's confused. So now he is going to attack you, though.
Yeah, so he's attacking me for 3. I am inclined to block and hope for the best, as long as my helmet, since I'm gonna unleash. Well, no, but I might not be able to do anything if I don't.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna. So we saw that. Are there two of those events that you saw?
Mm.
Probably, right? The one that did the damage. What was that one called?
Um, that was the turkey
Feast on this.
damage. Yeah.
Take two damage. So if I were to take 5 damage, I would be in kind of dire straits if I also drew one of those.
And something
So I
else.
guess I will block, or I could throw Moon Girl in front, but she's probably going to help me do other stuff. I'm going to just block, as much as I hate to do this.
Mm.
Okay. So I'm blocking for 3.
Okay.
Non-zero chance something useful will happen here.
Oh,
Okay.
pump up the crowd. Another 3.
Okay, so I took 3 damage. He gets 2 counters, which actually flips his environment over, and we each draw a card.
Okay.
So congratulations to us.
Okay. And I got the organic webbing. Nice.
Oh, good, good, good.
And the hammer.
And then bad cards. And we gotta start actually doing something in this game.
Yeah, he's racing ahead of us. We're
Mm-hmm.
gonna have to do some major damage. So here's my bad card, and it is the Armored Assault. Each enemy with a tough status card gets +3 attack. And yours is.
You are confused. Right. I can accept that. Place 2 threat on the main scheme. 4 threat if there are more ratings counters on the challengers than on the champion. There are not. So we just get 2. And we see Rogue and Gambit in the picture there.
Awesome. So the champion actually flipped.
Yeah.
So now he's cheering. But the counters need to come off. All right. All the way
They stay there.
Oh, they stay there. Okay.
And then if it goes oh no, they don't stay there. Sorry. Yes, they do stay there because it goes up to 20 now. So if he gets another 10, we lose.
Okay. There wasn't anything about clearing those counters, right? So
nope.
Yep. Okay. Wow. It's getting down to it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's everything on his turn. I'll advance the phase, and you are player 1.
Okay, so I'm going to probably use a med team to heal a little bit, but not do actually much else. You're going to be able to do lots of useful things, but I'm going to be able to get a double energy barrier.
Okay.
Which doesn't seem terrible. So if I strength, I can get one of my energy barriers. If I might even hold sidestep, so I can use my helmet and one of my other energy barriers to do a second one. I don't have enough access to resources to really do anything useful in terms of my unleash, so I'm going to hold this unleash, which has been very, very sad. But and then I think, just to make things not terribly scary for me, I'm going to heal for 2 with my bed team. And now I've got these 2 energy barriers. My blocking is just going to be much, much easier, and I have a sidestep in hand to make sure that I survive. So I think we're good.
Okay.
Bill, what kind of exciting stuff are you going to do this turn?
Well, I don't know. Let's see. First, I'm going to start off with the Daily Beagle, giving myself a counter. If I use Peter Porker to heal up, it'll take me up 5 more to 11, and that'll also heal Captain Maricat.
So you could.
That's the right thing to do or not.
You could activate with Captain Maricat first, and then he would heal fully.
Gotcha. Okay, great. Good. Pro tip.
And I think we want to worry about these toughs could show up anywhere, but that main scheme is also, given where we're at with counters, you might want to. Right, he gets Captain America gets +1 thwart as well, so you could definitely thwart for 3 on the main if you wanted.
Right. Okay. Whoops. Take control. There we go. And so so now I heal up to 11, and then Captain America is down to 0. All right, we got the reinforced suit in hand. I got suit up side by side. I've got Web of Life and Destiny, the huge wooden hammer, and I've got organic webbing.
Oh my god, what are you gonna do with your life?
No.
Is there? Yeah, so I mean, one of the things you can definitely do is if you want is you'll be able to, when you flip up, you can side by side and
Yep.
get some extra exciting stuff going.
I'm liking that, and then I'll have if I get the hammer out, boy, I could really do some damage here. So, and I don't even know that if I need team building exercise. I don't know. Let's see, do I have anything in here? Yeah, it probably could help me out, but it's spending 2 resources to do it.
You have 4 tune counters as well, so I mean, realistically, you could suit up to go grab. I don't remember all the awesome Web Warrior allies you have, but you could go and grab another Web Warrior ally as well
while I'm down. Yeah, that's true, because it's just going to turn into a resource and an ally. Let's see, and I've got 12 cards in my deck, so surely I've got something I can grab.
Well, suit up actually lets you look from your discard too. So.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But you can't spend your counters on that because it's only the tune counters only work when you're in hero side for spending.
That's true. So I'll have to use.
But you could, if you spent your reinforced suit, for example, you could grab your reinforced suit back with it. And you were saying you thought you didn't want to probably use team building exercise.
So I'll toss those 2 then. And I'll just hang on to the reinforced suit. Or, no, there's actually maybe something better. Let me see.
Yeah, there might be. Clarity of Purpose is incredibly powerful for Spider-Ham.
And that is... Where is that at? I think I saw it. Look at all cards in my deck. There's Clarity of Purpose. Yeah, I'll grab that. And then the ally that I want is... do I have one that's got a wild? I thought I did. Let's see. I'll just grab a Spider. I'm taking her out of my deck, though.
Spider's pretty nice to start playing with Web of Life and Destiny. And I have a blocker for you.
Yeah. Okay. So many things. So little time. There also was that Auto Octavius, which would ready Clarity of Purpose. Maybe I do.
Oh yeah,
Auto Octavius.
That turns Clarity of Purpose into a ton of resources.
Yeah. So let me put that back in my deck, shuffle it, and I'm gonna go find Auto Octavius. He's got to be around here somewhere. There he is. I don't know if I'll be able to play him or not. But just.
Oh, you have 4 tune counters, so.
Suit up.
And then you grab Clarity of Purpose. Yeah.
And there's Clarity of Purpose in my hand. Good. Sorry about that wait. Now I'm going to flip.
No.
Right? No.
This is good fun. Yeah.
Okay. Then I can bring out the huge wooden hammer. Oh man, that would be so much damage.
Well, so I think what you want to do is get your Clarity of Purpose online.
Okay.
Immediately, because then you can use it to bring out Spider-Man. You can then ready Clarity of Purpose with Spider-Man. So you just use a tune counter to bring that out if you want.
Okay. Clarity of Purpose is out, and I'm going to put it on. Does it just go on the table, or does it? Let's see. It says attached to a friendly character. And
Yeah, and you want it on you because every
yeah,
time you take a damage,
every time I
you get
take a damage,
counter.
I get it back. Awesome. So yeah, that's going on to my pig. So I exhaust the card, deal a damage, and get a counter back.
Yep, and then you could spend a counter
Spend a
as
counter.
part of paying for
Spend a counter
Spider-Man.
to get Spider-Man out. Yeah. And maybe 2 counters?
Well, you already spent one. You already got a resource from Clarity of Purpose,
Oh, okay, that's right.
so you don't need to spend the second one.
Thanks for keeping me straight there. So there's the Spider-Man. After you
Yep.
play Spider-Man for your hand, ready an upgrade or tech upgrade. So we're going to ready Clarity of Purpose. And then do it again to do a damage.
What are you gonna spend it on?
Probably get the so I get the
I mean,
wooden hammer out?
you have enough resources because so Clarity of Purpose is going to get you 2
Mm-hmm.
net, right?
Right.
And then that's going to put you at 5. So you're going to be 1 short of playing absolutely everything in your hand, except for you can do the tricksy thing if you like, is if you put Web of Life of Destiny out,
Mm-hmm.
you can attack with Auto Octavius.
Okay. Yeah.
He will
Then-
he will defeat himself, let you draw a card, and you can actually play out your entire hand.
Okay.
Then.
I might need you to kind of, you see a vision there, so
Yeah.
So help
Well, so
me out
just
here.
basically right now, with Clarity of Purpose and the Tune Counter it will generate, you have 5 resources beyond what you have in your hand,
Okay.
right? So if you put Web of Life and Destiny down,
Okay. Web of Life and Destiny using.
and just nothing because you've got the Web Warrior
Oh, that's
trait.
right. That's
So
right. You know, that's
it's
what I was
free.
looking at. Okay, good.
Now what's left in your hand is 6 resources altogether to actually be able to play it, right?
Okay.
And we just said you have 5. But the way you could get a 6th resource is if the Auto Octavius Spider-Man
Okay.
defeats himself because he has 2 consequential on his attack.
Damage. Right.
You could then draw a card off of Web of Life and Destiny to get that 6th resource you need to actually play out your entire hand.
Okay.
Which there's nothing not fun about that.
Okay. Well, thanks. So I do that now, right? Spider-Man to draw the card.
Yeah, so you can now, so you do 2 attack, you put it right on Magog.
Right. So it's going to knock him down for 2. Or let's see, I'm going to take control, do that. Okay, there we go. Now he's down to 4. Web of
Yep.
Life and Destiny triggers.
And then auto goes to the discard.
Discard. I draw a card, which I got energy.
Oh, hilarious! So that's going to save you. That's going to save you a resource even.
Okay. And then use clarity.
Get your 2 upgrades out.
Yeah.
If you get your 2 upgrades out, that's going to mean you're going to have +1 attack, +1 thwart, and you're even going to have 1 extra resource if you want it to spend on. In this case, you won't be able to do more damage, but
Okay.
you know.
Right. But it's out there. That's the idea.
Yeah.
So do I spend the clarity of purpose and a token
Sure.
to do that? So I will take a damage for that, but I will get a tune counter back.
Another token.
Yep.
Yep.
And then how was I going to do the side by side?
Well, you can do your organic webbing next, with the energy you got.
the energy. Okay. And then
You got 2 counters for side by side.
tune counters for side by side, which will ready up Spider Ham and ready up Captain Americat. And let's see.
They each get +1.
Is that right? Is that how that works? So ready each one +1. So Spider Ham is now with the wooden hammer at 3. If I do, no, let's see. Captain Americat could take Magog out altogether, right?
Do it.
So let's just do that. Let's knock out Magog. Knock him all the way down to 0.
So if you hit delete on Magog, it'll advance him to the next stage. Oh,
No.
in this case, I can't remember what it does.
Yeah.
No,
well,
you just reset him to 20.
Reset him to 20. Okay.
And then I'll put 4 rating counters on over here.
Okay, good. Seems good.
And we each take face down encounter card. So me first.
Whoops. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
No, we'll flip that and shuffle it back in. Try that again. Oh, the entire encounter deck. We got it.
Okay. Sorry about that.
I'll leave you to hand those out because you've been the one who's been handing them out. So right, go ahead.
Here we go. There's yours, and here's mine.
Yep.
So now that I'm readied up, I can. So the wooden hammer says when Spider-Man makes a basic attack, exhausts huge wooden hammer, remove 1 toon counter from Spider-Ham. He gets +2 for the attack, and it gains overkill. So I can.
Yeah. So I think the big question right now is if you want to hold on to the extra resource for a future turn. Like if the 2 extra damage is more worthwhile than holding on to the extra resource.
Is it worthwhile? Yeah.
That's your question.
Well, we know we can do 3.
Yeah.
With Spider-Man.
Well, and that's yeah.
And so that's going to do 3 into Magog.
Or you could be thwarting for 4 on Armored Assault, which at some point we probably want to get rid of because it's pretty nasty.
I'd have to get rid of the Confused.
Oh, you're confused right now. Yes. Yeah. Sorry, I missed that.
So Americat knocked out. Yeah. So 3 damage. So 3 damage went into Magog. Spider-Man. Or I could have just exhausted instead of doing the damage.
It's up to you. I mean, you're gonna get ready again.
Yeah, so why don't I just exhaust him instead of doing damage to remove the Confused. And then Spider-Man's going to attack Magog for 2. And he's going to ready Spider-Ham. Spider-Ham is going to... Well, he's got 3 attack, though. And he's got 3 thwart, right?
He has 4 thwart because of the
organic webbing. Yeah.
Yep. So if Spider-Man Peter Parker had thwarted for 2 instead of doing 2 damage, the Armored Assault will go away.
Okay.
You'll clear it.
Okay. So we'll take it off of there. There we go. Okay. And then we'll clear the Armored Assault. Yep. Good. All right. That was a big turn. Thanks for helping me through. Thanks for helping me through it because there was a lot of layers to that one in order to maximize getting everything out. I didn't see it. I definitely didn't see that.
You now have all your Spider-Ham goodies.
I got everything out there. That's awesome.
That's quite the board.
All right. So we'll just leave it there, right?
Yep.
And we'll advance the phase, I guess, and we'll turn things over to Mr. Magog over there. So he's going to place 4 threat, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the main scheme. He's going to attack you, and here's his boost.
Okay.
I'll let you decide how you want to do that one.
Yeah. So Key currently has 3 attack. I have 2 energy barriers, and I do have a desperate defense to back up my energy barriers and my armored vest. So I think what I will do is I will defend, spend my helmet to play desperate defense to get me up to 1, 2, armored vest is 3, 4, 5, and then I have energy barrier to protect me further. So that seems like plenty. And
it certainly was.
Don't even need it. So now I have now finished using my basic power, and that actually readies the helmet. I think I messed that up earlier.
Okay.
I think I forgot. I think I missed a helmet activation from that. And then Unflappable, because I didn't get damaged, actually gets me another card. And I got Ms. Marvel finally.
Oh, good. Let's see what you got there. Ms. Marvel.
Which is good. Good because I have Unleash. Yeah, this is going to be a tough turn for deciding what I actually want to do. But that's great. Okay, so you are now getting attacked.
Okay.
Are you...
Let's see.
Your defense is not spectacular, but you definitely have some health to play with right now, but you also have clarity of purpose, so you don't necessarily want to play with your health too much. But as you've seen, it's flipping down's not super dangerous against him because he does only have one scheme.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, I, I can block for you with Moon Girl, or you can potentially just take the damage and
Yeah.
worry about it another time.
How about yeah, how about I'll take the damage. I'll take the
Okay.
damage. Yeah. And so I'm gonna take 4. 4 damage in the spider
Yep.
hand. And I get a counter. All right. So here's your second. Yeah, here's your second bad card. I'm just going to set it right next to your other one there, and then here's mine right there.
Okay. And so my first one is Gobbler Glider attached to the Green Gobbler if you cannot attach to a minion. Interesting. There are none of either at the moment, so this just fizzles.
It just surges, right? Surge.
Yeah.
Into this card.
So, okay. So our next one is... Oh, great. This is what we wanted. Okay. So Magog now has Retaliate and Stalwart. We are not going to be doing any of the good stuff against him. However, after we defeat him next time, we're going to get 2 ratings counters.
I could do... I don't think so, if you don't like it.
I mean, these things are actually pretty helpful. Retaliate 1 against you gets you tune counters.
Gotcha. Okay.
We won't be able to confuse him for you to flip down, but we should be in a decent spot to not worry about that. We just have to be thoughtful, because I think, right, both of us are close to the end of our deck, so it's probably not the right turn to flip down yet, just because it would increase the chances significantly that he would scheme if we were both.
That's right.
If you tried to flip down on the turn that you were drawing an extra card, but I don't know. I think that's probably worthwhile. Now, I don't think so draw a new one or just completely cancel?
No, it says when you reveal a card from your counter deck or remove 1 tune counter, I do have to surrender a tune counter, say I don't think so, and cancel the effects of that card and discard it. So we might want to save that for something more deadly.
Yeah, right? Agreed.
Like
there's an advance.
Yeah.
Well, I think an advance is fine, right? He only is scheming for 1/8. There's no 4 boost cards in there, so I think we're pretty safe.
So he schemes for 1 plus 2, and there's our rolling. So it's going to take it up to 10.
So that is a really good one to see go through.
Yeah.
And
then here's my first encounter card, and it is Defend the Title. It's a treachery. When revealed, Alter Ego plays 2 ratings, or hero Magog attacks you. If a hero defends against this attack and takes no damage, place 2 ratings counter on the challengers.
So now it's... I actually readied myself, so I can defend for you, right? Because I forgot I did Desperate Defense, so yes. I can block for you and hopefully make this work.
Let's see what you got.
So hero is defending against this attack. I'm defending for 3.
Okay.
So let's see what we got.
And here's the boost. 0.
Okay, so I don't even have to do anything else at all. Okay. Well then, so we successfully did it, and
that's great.
We got 2 more ratings counters on the challengers.
Oh, that was nice. Freebies. That worked out. And then we've got Tough and Tumble. When revealed hero, each enemy with a tough status card attacks you if no enemies activated this way. This card gains surge. We don't have any toughs out there on the table. No. So it's going to surge into this card right here. And it is Under Fire.
Yay!
Surge, reveal top card of the encounter deck. Ooh. So 2 more cards. Ugh.
Yep.
Here's this one. Here's this one. Discard Under Fire. First card is break a leg. You are stunned. Take 2 damage. 4 damage if there are more rating counters on the challengers than the champion. So just take 2 damage, right?
You take 2 damage, and that gets you a counter, though,
Gets me a
which is
counter.
exciting.
So I broke a leg and got money for it. Let's see. It says you may play any number of ratings counters on the champion to reduce. No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. And this card right here is an assault. Oof.
Okay.
Another attack.
So I
could stop
can
that.
throw. I can throw Moon Girl
so.
in the way. I can throw Moon Girl in the way. It's no problem.
Okay.
She's been waiting to help somebody out.
Okay. And
You're that somebody.
Thank you. Oh, and Surge of Aggression. Reveal this card.
There you go. Yeah, I guess we could have canceled Assault, but
yeah, could have.
In hindsight.
But it says after Magog's attack, hit points are reset. Place 1 ratings counter on the challengers and discard this card. Okay. That was a lot of stuff. Still there, Joss?
Yeah. So we have no minions in play. I have Unleash the Nova Force, but nothing to really hit it with. And we definitely want to get that main scheme down under control before we do too much else.
Mm-hmm. Well, so I'm thinking I probably should have some consequential damage on Captain Americat. Is there any reason why I don't?
So I know I should have one. You should have one because you
readied.
You healed him up with Sidekick before you flipped up, and then each activated one more time after you played side by side.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you should have one.
Okay. All right, I've got Hogwashed. Remove 1 toon counter from Spider-Ham. Loudly read this card. Deal 5 damage to a minion. Remove 5 threat from a side scheme. Cartoon Physics. Spider. And I don't think so.
And you have power in all of us for Spider. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
The big challenge right now is because he has Retaliate, meeting Spider, meeting her condition of taking the XX consequential damage is going to be really hard to do.
Yeah. And how do I remove that?
Well, we have to defeat him.
Reset. After his points are reset. Okay, yeah.
So
it's not going to happen.
Spider's not as useful as she usually is right now.
Gotcha. Hogwashed. Remove 5 threats side scheme.
Yeah. So one thing you could consider, we were just discussing before, because you still have 6 cards in your deck.
Mm-hmm.
If you play out your turn, but only keep one card in hand, you will then not fully deplete your deck if you flip down, and we definitely have the cards to clear the main scheme for you to be able to flip down pretty safely.
Okay.
And then not take the extra encounter card this turn. That seems pretty.
Yeah.
Pretty safe. Yeah, that does seem pretty safe.
Power in all of us to put out Spider. Spider-Man, Spider-Ham. Right now, Spider-Ham. Let's see what the. Let's see. Exhaust organic webbing. Move 1/2 counter Spider-Ham. Ready Spider-Ham. He gains aerial until the end of the ray. Okay. Nothing really to. That's a hero.
You're hogwashed.
Yeah.
Yeah, your hogwashed is a nice way to get rid of 5 threat.
Off of a side scheme.
Oh, is it only a side scheme?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
mm-hmm.
Never mind. I take it back. Well, I guess you can sit on a Cartoon Physics quite happily if you wanted.
Yeah. And we're talking about possibly flipping down and healing?
Yeah, well, how do you feel about that 3 health that you currently have?
Not good. Not great. Not great.
Yeah, I mean, you could also just choose to
clarity of purpose.
Clarity of purpose,
There
Cartoon
you go.
Physics.
Yeah.
Yeah, to get another counter.
Cartoon physics to take a damage, right? And get that.
Yep.
And
then
remove threat.
Your whole team could.
Yeah.
Your whole team could thwart.
And get all the threat off of the main scheme. I like it.
And then I'll heal
Okay.
Spider-Man after.
Gotcha. So Spider-Ham is going to remove 3 threat from the museum. Let's see if I can do that. There we go. And then Spider-Man's going to remove 2 threat, taking it down to 5, which readies Spider-Ham.
And gets consequential.
Yep. And then
in response, and now out of turn, I will heal him.
Okay. And he is healed. Web of Life and Destiny. After a Web Warrior ally leaves play, choose a player. That player draws a card. Would you like a card?
Nobody left play.
I got Spider if I thwart with Spider.
I think. Do you want to just hold on because
we can.
We're probably going to blow through Magog next turn, and then she can start her fun infinite loop.
Okay. So we'll hang on to her then.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna, with Captain Americat, remove 3 threat from melee. And then we flip over to our alter ego side. Exhaust to heal. Get a counter. Heal up Captain Americat. Daily Beagle to get another counter. So now I have 6. And that would be it for my turn.
Yep.
And I'll just sit on that.
Healed. You got another counter. You got 2 more counters. Yeah, you got a lot of counters. I think you're in good shape.
And I've got 6 cards left in my deck.
Yep. I'm gonna use my helmet and pot shot and sidestep to bring out Ms. Marvel. Oh, sorry. Used to doing health. And then I think I hold Unleash and maybe even go for Champions. So this is going to go up to 8. If you it's a little bit dangerous. If we draw a 3, he's got 2 toward at the moment. I'm going to use 1 of her health just to get this down by 1. Just to keep us in a slightly less scary spot.
Okay.
All right. How are you feeling?
Good.
Okay. Let's see what happens next.
Let me see. So I can discard a card. I can't use either one of these. But I don't want to pick up all of my deck, because then I'll deck myself.
Yeah.
So the one, I guess, that's probably the most useful would be the Hogwashed card. Because I don't think so. I wouldn't be able to use that till the end of the next turn. So I'm just going to discard that so I can pick up more cards. Yeah.
Sure.
And how are you looking on your hand over there?
I'm good. I'm keeping it as is. Yeah.
Okay. Advance the phase. Now we're going to turn things back over to Mr. Magog. He's going to place 4 threat on the main scheme. Bringing it up to 5. So he's going to scheme against me. And he's +1 on the scheme. So he's going to scheme for 2, plus this card, 2 more. It's 4.
Mm-hmm.
Really want a hot dog goes away. And then he's going to attack you for 4, is where he's at right now.
Yep, and I will block.
Okay.
And I unfortunately didn't draw any of my defense cards, but...
Gotcha. Well, here it is. He's going to hit you for 6. 6 total.
Okay, and I unfortunately will actually take 1 damage, but I'll be able to hit him back for 2 with my energy barriers.
Okay. Takes him down to 18.
And then he gets 2 counters, which it's been ages since he's gotten any, so we gotta help him out a little.
Yeah, we gotta keep the crowd in it.
And then
that's it, right? And
I think that's it.
And you were able to use your super hunt note. You weren't able to do anything with that.
No, not this time.
So here's my bad card. Whoops. I guess I better set it down somewhere. Why is it dragging it all over the place? Okay. Set her down. It's doing something funny here. It's like this.
Yes, I sometimes get that. If you have to click on, you have to kind of click and grab it and put it somewhere. I'm trying to remember how I usually get out of that annoying loop.
Yeah, that hasn't happened before.
Let me try taking control of it.
Okay. Can you see it? It's kind of blinking there on the screen.
It won't let me take control of it. So yeah, if you just go ahead and flip it, it probably will resolve, and then you can just grab me one after.
Okay. Yeah, it won't. Let's see. Huh. It's stuck. Are you able to deal yourself a card?
Yeah, no problem.
Maybe that'll clear it. Oh, he decks too. So my card's floating around in space here, and I can't get rid of it for some reason. It's stuck.
Yeah, can you double click on it though? That should flip it.
No, it's not. It's not doing that. Now maybe if I sit on top of him and do it. There we go.
There you go.
Okay. I don't know. It's like I got an extra card now.
Okay, so that's fine. It surged, so you're gonna use that extra card.
And where did the other card go?
Well, I have mine already.
You got yours already. So this is the only. Yep. So this must be the card I was dragging around. Was this gang up card? Okay.
Yep.
Well, sorry about that. I don't know what was going on. It's like
it happens on mine too.
Okay, so it's going to surge into
exciting octagon feature.
Defend the title. Alter Ego. Place 2 rating counters on the champion. Ooh.
Got it.
That's it.
Okay, we don't have too many to go there, and then all right, we got our buddy. This is helpful actually because you decided to hold on to the card that you held on to. We got. Oh no, you do damage. Ha ha ha. Sorry, I always play with health, so I sometimes forget that that's not how we're playing. But anyway, so I have the surprise contender in front of us who has 14 health.
Ooh.
When we defeat him, he gets 4. When we defeat Magog, we're going to get another 4, plus another 2 for Jolt of Adrenaline, so that's 10, plus another 2 for Surge of Aggression, so that's 12, so we'll be 2 away from winning.
Oh boy.
When we clean all this stuff up.
Okay. All right, we're going to advance phase then, right? That's the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the end of it all. There you go. And it switches over to you. You are player 1.
Sure does. Okay, and you're down, so you can't use. Now this is unfortunate because it would be really helpful. You can't use your Hogwash out of turn.
Hero action.
So, anyway, it's not an Unleash the Nova Force turn, I guess is the point. What I might do is a go for Champion's turn because that'll allow us to weather the storm of all sorts of nonsense that's going to happen.
At least all the champions, right?
Well, because I have Ms. Marvel out, she will be able to block and take no damage.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
Gotcha. But I actually don't really have anything else I can do if I do that. Except for I can hold something which is probably going to be Lightspeed Flight for the next turn. So if I use my helmet, Night Nurse, and Snow Guard, play Go for Champions, I'm going to deck out, so I have to put this in my deck. Oh, it's going to go out of the game anyways. I don't have to actually put it in my discard. So right. I'll just put it up here. Remember that I've played it. I'm going to hold those 2 things. And I can't take any damage, so and champions can't take any damage. So Ms. Marvel can do something without actually taking any damage. Do you want me to probably thwart the main?
Okay.
Does that seem like
Or
the wisest thing?
we gotta be able to get the contender, or
Well,
no?
the contender's just going to block me, and I don't take any damage for the whole turn, so it's fine,
Okay, gotcha.
right? So
So that's
I
safe.
don't even
Yep.
have to. I don't even have to block with my two characters and take no damage from everything. So I have two things that can block for you, myself and Ms. Marvel, on
Okay.
this turn. So
Excellent.
we're quite safe for this round, in fact. So I'm done. I really don't have anything else I can do.
Okay. I think I may have some things I can do on my turn. I hope
I
so.
think you have a crap ton you can do.
Let's first do the Daily Beagle, and um, I don't think I necessarily want to heal. Petulant Pig. That's
Well, if you do heal, um,
more money.
yeah, you could. So again, this is one of those ones where you can activate with Captain America first, and then if you
Mm-hmm.
heal, you'll heal him back,
Gotcha.
and you'll get another tune counter out of it. However, you have so many tune counters that maybe your activations are worth more than that. And remember, we're not taking any damage from attacks this turn,
Right.
so you do have a bit of a hall pass right now.
And if I do, let's see, I can do lots of damage to Magog, and every time he retaliates, I get money for it. So the
You
wooden
do,
hammer. Is there anything that I've got? I've got the suit up card, but I don't have. I got Warrior of the Great Web. Attached after a web warrior leaves play, the attached character gets +1 attack until the end of the
right?
phase. Okay.
So yeah, you if you wanted could use that with Spider to let her leave play, get a card, get a +1 attack. You got Ghost Spider. Um, you might have all sorts of other exciting stuff you want to do.
Web
I
warrior
think you
leaves
got lots of, yeah,
play,
you
draw a
got,
card. Yeah. I got Petulant
I think you have
Pig,
some
which
fun.
if I deck myself, then I can use a Petulant Pig to get more cards. So I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
we do want to
crazy.
be careful. I mean, we do have extra blocking resources, but we definitely don't want to just take attacks that are going to cause
Oh,
more
more
champion
damage.
counters to go
Yeah.
on, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Huh. So Captain Americat's gonna hit Magog for 3.
So we, I think his thwart is probably
More useful right now.
more useful because he remember he's going to take retaliate damage off Magog right now.
Mm-hmm. I can heal for 2 if I heal Peter Parker.
That is that is true. But you were thinking about it getting a bunch of extra counters by attacking him, right?
Yeah. Right.
And then you can turn those into more damage with your giant hammer.
Okay. So yeah, because is there any way to ready that hammer? I could suit up and go find Doc Ock, which when that ready the hammer.
Yep,
Huh. I'm
yep, you
thinking
could
maybe
definitely do
that
that.
would be good because if we can use the hammer multiple times, I may be able to. Maybe I'll do some real damage to this guy.
Yeah, the I think if you want to do all that, you perhaps might want to heal because you're going to be taking
So I can do.
decent chunk of damage, but
Yeah.
maybe not. Maybe not.
I mean, I got 7 health. I could take 7 retaliates.
But remember, there's multiple cards in this deck that just do 2 damage to you when they show up.
True. Let's try healing first, then. No, we gotta attack. Let's remove some threat with Captain Americat. Let's just do that.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. And then he takes 1 consequential. We'll heal for 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 12. Full strength.
Get a counter, heal Captain America.
He's healed. Spider-Man? Did we Spider-Man?
If you flip first, then you can ready a web warrior with Spider-Man.
Okay. Do I have anything down here to help me out? Let's see. Spider-Man. We use Spider-Man to...
I think you want to thwart.
For 2 off the main scheme. And that readies Spider-Ham. Spider-Ham could finish off the threat.
And then Spider-Man takes a consequential.
Yep.
So neither of us is going to be flipped down. This thing is going to go up to 10. 8. With he's got 2. So yeah. There is definitely a chance, but if you wanted to, were you planning to suit up to
go find Doc Ock?
Doc Ock first?
Yes, I could do that to find Doc Ock. So.
You're not going to get to use. The only thing is you're not going to be able to use the hammer twice this turn because you're only going to have one ready anyway. So you Ghost Spider might be more useful. Right. Just leaving it as is.
Ghost Spider out. Where the Great Web. Where the Great Web after attach. Okay.
Right. Yeah. If you Warrior of the Great Web, you can thwart with Spider suit, and she'll defeat herself, giving you +1 attack.
Okay. Thwart defeats herself, giving me +1 attack. Oh, I got to pay for that Warrior of the Great Web. I guess I could use a tune counter for that.
Sure. Yeah, sure could.
Or no, I could use the Clarity of Purpose for that.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's leave that on there. Let's use Clarity of Purpose to put out Warrior of the Great Web. And does me a damage. Gives me a counter. And then Spider.
Spider thwarted for 2 off the main.
Okay. So she's gone.
And she's gone, and you get a card.
I get a card for that. And that's Get Ready. Ready now.
Oh, you do have some extra activations if you want them.
Okay, so
and you just decked yourself, so you got to grab a card.
So I'll shuffle my deck, and then I grab a card. There it is. I'll set it over here. And Warrior of the Great Web. Now I'm +1 attack. Okay. This could be good.
Yeah, you don't even have to exhaust that one to...
Yeah, I don't know why it exhausted.
It's just weird. A persistent one.
Yeah. All right, so... Magog?
So you currently have 1 attack, 1 from the hammer, 1 from Warrior of the Great Web for 3. If you attacked with your huge wooden hammer as well, that would give you another... Cost you a... resource, but gives you another 2, so you'd be up 5 attack.
Okay, 5 attack into Magog. Takes him down to 13.
You get a retaliate, which is great for you.
And money. I could ready Spider-Man.
You sure could.
And so I use that Get Ready to do that. Discard. I could use Suit Up to go find...
Now you're out of Alter Ego.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Not out of Alter Ego anymore. Spider-Man is going to remove threat, I guess. Either that or do damage to Contender.
Probably. Oh, yeah, you could do it to Contender, yeah.
Yep, so we'll put 2 damage into Contender. And that will ready Spider-Ham.
Okay, I put the 2 damage on for you. And then you still have the +1, so you still have 3 base attack with Spider Ham if you want to keep going on Magog.
Okay. So 3 damage into Magog. I take another
And
damage
Yep.
and get another counter. Ghost Spider, bring her out. We'll use our Genius to do that. And when Ghost Spider leaves play, search your deck for any specific event and add it to your hand.
And then you need one more resource for her.
Oh yeah. So I'll use the suit up. There we go.
And then if you want, you can play Hogwashed to hit the
contender.
Surprise. Yeah.
So Ghost Spider is going to hit. How about we put that into contender 2?
Okay.
For 2. And
Did
she
it.
takes a consequential for that. And then Hogwashed will use
Another 5.
Yeah. For 5. And we'll just use a counter for that. Discard Hogwashed. Petulant Pig. They'll attack you, draw 3 cards. I don't know.
We really don't want to take those champion cards. You might want to have used Petulant Pig instead of the counter.
Yeah. I'll just keep the counter on him. There we go. Petulant Pig gone. And everything's done. I can't do anything else. Yeah.
And then in deep hindsight, you definitely could have snagged Otto as well.
Yeah.
And just kind of used him up that turn.
Maybe ready the hammer and ready to Spider Ham and hit him for some more. But that's all right.
Yep.
That's okay. We'll live to see another day, maybe.
We will. Well, we certainly are, because Go for Champions is protecting us.
Good deal. So let's advance the phase. And you may deck yourself. Was that correct?
I sure did.
Okay.
You want to grab me a card?
And
As last time I tried to grab it, we messed it up. Okay, thank you. Okay, so this is now going up to 6.
Oh yeah, the main scheme. You got it.
Yep. Sure. Yeah, I can do it.
I may have control of it. I'll put it.
You got it.
Up
Okay.
to 6. Yep.
Okay, so and then.
So here's his attack on you.
Yeah, I'm first player. I just do nothing because I don't need to do anything.
Okay. And he's going to hit you for 4.
Which just gets blanked for each champion character cannot take damage till the end of the round.
Okay. And then surprise contender.
Also has villainous, so we'll draw a card.
Okay. And there's your take 2 damage. You are confused.
But it's a boost card. So it's it's just the one.
That's right. Okay. So you take no damage. He's going to attack me.
Yeah, and then I will block for you with Nova.
All right. And it says boost, you are confused. You're already confused.
I am already confused.
So that works.
And because I did defend and take no damage, I'm going to exhaust to draw a card.
Okay. And you already had your super helmet readied, so... And so that's it. That's all the attacks on me.
Yep.
So here is your encounter card.
And
I'll put it over your next one.
I should have one extra card because I drew into Connection to the World Land. I didn't notice that
gotcha.
As my 5th card, so I should have one more. Okay.
So I set that over there. I set that second boost or encounter card over on your Go for Champions, and then here's my second encounter card. It's over in the corner. All right.
Okay. So we got Pump Up the Crowd, which is the last 2. So we can probably win this turn.
All right.
Because that's the last 2 raid encounters we need. And Surge, Exhaust Your Identity. I'm already exhausted. Joke's on you.
So it surges into this one.
And we got take 2 damage, which I cannot. Confused, you cannot. If you're already confused, again Surge. Okay, pretty exciting. So I get another one.
Okay. And here it is.
All right. And Hero. Each enemy with a tough status card attacks you. If no enemy was activated, you get Surge. Okay.
Just keep going.
We keep rolling. Yeah.
Rolling. Rolling. Called it.
All right. So we got attached to Armadillo. If Armadillo is not in play, search encounter deck and discard pile for Armadillo. Put him into play, engage with you, and attach this card to him.
Okay.
So now we just have to hope you don't draw anything too exciting. And I will go find Armadillo while you get started on yours. Yeah, I can go do that while you get going on yours.
Okay.
For sure.
So here's my first card, and it is an assault. Look at that. He's going to attack.
So I can jump in front of you with Ms. Marvel.
I'll do that. And here's the encounter card. Or the boost card for that. Okay. It's a 0, and it's an advance. I love it.
Okay. Beauty.
Good use of that. Let me see what I've got in my hand. Let's see. I don't have any defense. No. I did get Spider-Man. Here is Weight of the World. Unfortunately, that goes to you.
That is really bad timing.
Yeah, that's real bad. Okay.
I will take that. That is comically bad timing. Okay, well, here we are.
While this card's in play, Supernova Helmet cannot ready. That's where you go action exhaust Sam Alexander. Remove this obligation from the game.
I think we're just going to win, so I think it doesn't matter, but that stinks.
Okay. And we are done.
What?
Okay.
Yeah. What we need to do is 8 thwart on Pump Up the Crowd, 5 damage on the Surprise Contender, and 10 damage on Magog between all the nonsense we have on the board right now. I think we don't have to worry about Armadillo. We don't have to. Go for Champions is now out of the game.
Yeah.
Move it way out of the way.
Whoa.
Oh, did I make your screen change size? Sorry.
Yeah, that's just...
I just moved it way out of the way.
I just thought in the I guess. Let's see. I'll throw it.
I put it in the Knowhere dimension. Yeah.
I'll put it in the victory display.
All right.
Let me get that.
Now the race is, can you win the game before I get a turn?
So what are we going to have to do to win this game? So we're still on the booing crowd side.
Right, but so as the reminder, Surprise Contender is going to be 4.
Okay.
Pump Up the Crowd's going to take us to 6. Defeating Magog is going to take us to 10. Defeating Magog is also going to get rid of Jolt of Adrenaline, which is going to be plus 12, and it's going to defeat Surge of Aggression, which is going to be plus 14. So that's going to be 20. Exactly. So we have 14 counters on the board if we clear Pump Up the Crowd, defeat Surprise Contender, and defeat Magog.
Okay.
So it's perfect, and I think you can win, and I think you. Yeah, I think you can win. I don't think you need anything from me.
So Pump Up the Crowd, 4 threat on that.
Because one of the things you can do to keep in mind is you're going to get an extra activation out of Peter Parker Spider-Man, sorry, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can ham it up.
Yeah, ham it up right now
to completely clear.
Pump Up the Crowd.
Pump Up the Crowd.
Yeah, remove 1 threat from a scheme for each tune counter on Spider-Man. I'm sitting on 9 right now, so
yeah,
we're gonna ham it up to Pump Up the Crowd. So I'll get rid of that.
Okay, so that takes the challengers up to 8.
Okay.
And then if you attack Magog with Ghost Spider, she will get defeated.
Mm-hmm.
You will get +1 from Warrior of the Great Web attack.
Okay.
You will get a card for Web of Life and Destiny, and Ghost Spider will go fetch an identity-specific event from your hand.
Yes, I love it. So Ghost Spider attacks Magog. She's gone. I'm plus 1.
Does 2 damage to him.
2 damage into Magog. Draw a card, and so what does she say I am? Oh yeah, because of Web of Life and Destiny and Warrior of the Great Web.
And then her effect is going to get you a card out of your deck, which
Right.
technically is supposed to come first because it's an interrupt, and interrupts go before responses. But
Gotcha. And I'll grab Swinging Web
So
Pig.
go find yourself an exciting event.
How about Swinging Web Pig?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're gonna have. You're going to very easily win this game.
Lots.
You're going to very easily win this game.
How about, so if we do, let's see, we got the Swinging Web Pig, which does 6 damage. Spider-Man. After you play Spider-Man from your hand, ready and upgrade, you control. So how about, let's see, how do I want to do this? So right now he's sitting at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could put the sidearm on Captain Americat.
Yes.
+1. Huh. And does Captain Americat? Yeah, he did his action.
If you, like your swinging web kick's gonna take Magog down to 2, and then Spider-Man can finish him off if you want. So yeah, you just throw that sidearm wherever you like.
I'll use team building exercise, and let's see. I'll do that Swinging Web Pig, I think. Deal 6 damage to enemy, confuse that enemy. So 6 into Magog. So I spent team building exercise. I'm going to spend keep that other pig. Keep power in all of us. Okay, so a counter and another counter off of Spider Ham to play the Swinging Web Pig. So it's going to go down to 2. Discard that. That might have been the wrong order. I don't know. No, I can bring out Spider-Man. Yeah, I can bring out Spider-Man. So, and that's what I'll do. So I do need to take 1 consequential damage for that attack. That was an attack, right? Yeah. So take 1 consequential damage for that, and I get another tune counter. I can put out Spider-Man for power in all of us. How much does Contender have on him? He's got 9.
You got 9 already, so you just need 4. You need 5 damage altogether. Your swinging web kick will take care of him.
How about if I would have, instead, before I put Spider-Man out, then how about I would exhaust the wooden hammer, and Spider-Ham attacks the surprise contender, because we're going to spend that tune counter.
Sure.
To make it 5. So that knocks surprise contender out altogether. Spider-Ham is exhausted.
So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Surprise contender is gone, and then this thing flips, even though it will be of no actual consequence. And
each player. Let's see.
And now it's on the cheering side, and we search the encounter deck and discard pile for surprise contender. So we got up the surprise contender again.
And it comes back.
Which, if we needed more.
Yeah.
If we needed more of these counters, would allow us to doubly defeat him. If you want to really show off, you could just defeat him again.
Just keep going after him. Like really mess him up. Okay. So you got him out there. All right, good. And let's see what we can do. So now is whenever I bring out Spider-Man using power in all of us. And whenever he comes out, I have to play upgrade, ready and upgrade. So ready our huge wooden hammer. And then Spider-Man is going to attack Magog. So he goes away. He's defeated.
Yeah, so Magog gets defeated.
And then I'm another +1.
Well, so that ends the game.
Right. Because
he he gives us 4 ratings counters, and then each of those 2 attachments gives us 2 each. So that's going to be 8 ratings counters. So that's going to take us up to 20.
Awesome.
So if you did want to show off, you could defeat Surprise Contender first.
I certainly could, possibly. Let's see. Got the
you have
pig.
Spider.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have Spider-Man, which would ready you one more time as Spider-Ham.
All right. So we'll bring Spider-Man back out on the table. So instead of doing the damage into Magog, we'll go Spider-Man.
Well, you could just hold on. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. You got it. You got it.
So Spider-Man into Surprise Contender.
Okay.
And then
he goes out of play.
Does it? And he readies me, right?
But
is he ready me before?
But he readies you first.
Okay.
He readies you first. Yeah. Gives you a second attack, +1 from Web of Life and Destiny. Grabs you a card.
Ham it up. And then
you could throw your sidearm on
Americat.
Either Captain Americat or Spider-Man.
We'll do that. We'll put it on Captain Americat. Captain Americat does 1, 2, 3, 4 damage into Surprise Contender.
2, 3, 4. Okay, it's at 6. So it's got 8 health left.
Spider-Man is going to hit the Surprise Contender. And then how much does he get?
So that he's got 6 left, which is a Swinging Web Pig.
Swinging Web Pig hits him.
Now that other so this goes up to 2. You get another card from Web of Life and Destiny.
Oh, that's right. And then another.
You get another
too,
+1, so you're at +3 from Warrior of the Great Web.
Okay. And I think I should have drawn another card too, right? Because I got rid of Spider-Man and I got rid of Spider-Man, so I got Suit Up. I could totally suit up and grab another Spider-Man. But I spent let's see, how many did I spend on my counters so far? Let's see, I spent 1, 2, and one more counter. I'll probably just use Ham It Up for my third to use the Swinging Web Pig into the Contender, which knocks him out. Again.
Yep. And then you have +3 attack from Warrior of the Great Web, +1 from Wooden Hammer, plus you can spend another tune counter for another +2. That's so you have +6. You have 7 attack right now if you use your Wooden Hammer to finish off Magog. Yeah. See, you can show off.
Or I could just remove threat off of melee. And let you have some
fun.
Not
Solo Champions League. Yeah. It's not Solo Champions League. No. You want to.
We don't want to go.
You want to defeat him as soundly as you possibly can.
Give him the big hammer. Yeah, Big hammer into Magog, and that clobbers him. That knocks him out. Well, amazing. Thanks, Josh. You know, I honestly do not have.
Bill, it was a pleasure.
Yeah, I honestly don't have a whole lot of games with Spider-Ham, but you helped me out considerably there, seeing all these different combos and things I could do.
Well, you got the maximum. I really have to think through stuff because between Clarity of Purpose and Warrior of the Great Web,
I mean,
you really have to think about your sequencing.
Yeah, and that Web of Life and Destiny early on, when I showed you my deck, you pointed out, and I didn't even look at the supports whenever I was building my deck, so that's huge, especially in where you're playing with a bunch of Web Warriors. So, hey. I know it's late, Josh, but thank you very, very much for hanging out and playing, showing me a thing or two. I learned a lot, actually, tonight. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, well, no, thanks for the invite. I'm on the verge of getting kicked out of my online Marvel Champions room.
Okay.
So that somebody can go to bed. So the timing is excellent.
All right. Well, and anybody who watches, thanks for watching. So Josseroo, you can catch him over at the podcast.
Road to Knowhere.
Road to Knowhere podcast. and I suggest it. And if you want to join the Solo Champions League, which the Road to Nowhere podcast is actually featuring each round of the Solo Champions League, this is a good time to jump in because it's throughout the entire month of July. You could play your first game or your first series of games, and it's not too late, so you can get in on the ground level. So good time for that.
Yep, Phoenix, any aspect you like, up against Sabretooth with the Mystique and Brothers Grimm modulars on standard. It is a surprisingly difficult standard matchup.
You are not kidding. And when you
Yep.
say surprises are popping out all over the place between Mystique and the Brothers Grimm. So it's a fun challenge, and so I recommend it. I'm going to play this season, and I know Joss will be featuring different rounds on that on this podcast. So anyway,
And Shadows. Don't forget about Shadows, which is terrifying with Phoenix.
oh yeah, in none of my games, I don't think I've seen that yet. Maybe, but I haven't got very many under my belt. So
Then it feels guaranteed that that's what will happen in your real games.
and I don't have very high hopes on this first round.
Yeah.
which is kind of unusual because I haven't played for a few seasons, and generally the first game was pretty kind of like a walk off, right? You get your feet wet and play
Yep.
play a pretty easy one, but
A fun min-max challenge.
this one's coming out of the gate.
Yep.
So, all right, well, take care, everyone. Thanks, Joss, again for joining me,
Okay.
and we'll do it
Yep.
again, please, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, please. We'll join you another time.
All right. Take care, everybody.